Hello my friends, and welcome once again to my video tutorial on how I do my daily trading as a trader. I'm going to use the normal processes I do to do my technical analysis on any asset that I'm able to identify, and I welcome you to walk along with me and see how I do it on a daily basis. First and first, I will go to CoinMarketCap, search for CoinMarketCap, right? Remember, CoinMarketCap is just a tool where I use to identify assets that I can trade on. So one of the reasons why I like to use CoinMarketCap is to be able to pick out the the asset that has some activity in them, right? So here I use a filter. I click on filter here and pick minimum $50 million market cap. 2% change in price in the last 24 hours, and then take volume in the last 24 hours at 50 million, like that. So it's minimum, and now apply, and then so click on this to sort them out. All I want is just one that has up to 2% among all the assets. So I can see really there is nothing really much going on around here. But if you look at Forex, actually sold ties, select actually showing some activities, but does it have what we are looking for? We're not sure. Look at it. We'll just look at it. Just now it went from 3% down to 1% in just a blink of an eye. You wouldn't want to go into this kind of trade. You would not want to go. Okay, here's another interesting one. 1% XMR. Oh, that's a very good asset. Let's look at XMR. What's going on with XMR? You can find a selling opportunity there, right? So we go to trading view, right? XMRUSD. XMRUSD. We go to this picture. Okay, great. So as usual, we look at on the monthly on the yearly. Let's look at what's going on in XMR. Wow, I see XMR there's quite a lot of activity that's going on in XMR. Can you see? Can you see what's happening in XMR? Yearly, you have on the first year, you can see it was a red selling year, and then you have on the second year we saw some a bit of a reversal, and then on the third year, then on the fourth year there was this move, and then on the fifth year we have a very massive move to the upside before it now starts coming down. Okay, so and that's 2026. Yes, so you can see the movement in 2026, and you see that. So what do we do? Let's go to interestingly, the only thing I can see here actually is if going by the order flow, the only thing I can see here is that we're seeing the market. This is where the market is right now, right? We have a fair value gap where liquidity was taken, and then the fair value gap. Normally we know that no matter how price goes, how far price goes, it will have to still come back down, right? So this is where it is right now. So and it has created a fair value gap. Will this gap remain like this? We can't tell, so we have to wait. But let's go to 6 months. See what is happening on 6 months. On the 6 months, you can still see on the 6 months, this gives you a better on 6 month time frame. This gives you a better view. And indeed, if you look at it, there is no particular fair value gap anywhere here on the 6 months. So I'll remove this entirely, right? I'll remove this entirely. So let's go further again. Let's go into 3 months and see what we can bring out of it. So in the 3 months here, so in the 3 months we have this another order flow here in the up direction, right? And then let's go to monthly. And finally on the monthly, not final anyway. On the monthly, you can see where we are in the monthly, right? On the monthly, you can see the price go to this point here, and price came right, and price was here. This is the lowest point the price has ever gotten to, right? It's like 98, around $95.79. That's where it has ever gotten to. So now you can see this is where we are based on order flow. You can see what happened here. Price came into this FVG here and then continue pushing upward. Now this is where price is. Will price come back all the way down to this FVG? To this FVG and then continue back upward? We don't know yet, but what we know that is for sure is that there was an FVG here and it was not respected. Can you see? It was not respected. So now, but what we know for sure is that price have taken liquidity here and is heading towards an FVG, either this or this, right? Okay, good. So now let's go to weekly. Let us look at weekly, right? So on weekly, you can see on weekly, so we have, this is what we have on weekly. You have this the highest point here, and then you have this, and then you have another one here. So if you take this, it means from here we now see on the weekly, we now see a movement towards the downside, a reversal move, right? You can see a reversal move. As a matter of fact, this move started from here. When you look at it, the move started from here, because, or I can say here, let me use this. This is where the move started from. When you look at it, you had an FVG here. You watch some of my video that talks about the breakaway gap. You have an FVG here, FVG1 here, and you now have another FVG here, which is FVG2. So if you have a setup like this where you have impulsive candles, overlapping each other, at a reversal or whatever, what you have there is called a breakaway. So which means price will stay away from the other FVG, the FVG at the top. Let's say this is FVG1. Okay. So let me label this so that you understand. That the price will stay away from FVG1 until it goes to do whatever it wants to do, FVG2. So, but on the FVG2, see what happened. In this particular case, this is where liquidity was lying down. This was where liquidity was lying down, right? Here is also liquidity that was taken, right? We also have liquidity lying on here, right? However, if you also look at this, what you have here can also be referred to as a change of character. This was a change of character because for the first time, we're seeing price going back down below the low of a particular swing, right? So automatically, what we have is this: price took liquidity at this point and then went back into the FVG2. From FVG2, it now continued to the downside. So we're expecting price to come and take this liquidity, and then after taking this liquidity, perhaps come back to this liquidity, to this fair value, or will it continue downward? We have another FVG around here, this old fair value here, a very old fair value here. So say old FVG. Is this where it is coming to? That we're not sure. We don't know, right? We don't know. So that is for weekly. But from what I am seeing, unless we are able to get a break of structure to the downside, but with the pressure that the market is selling also, one may not be able to predict much, because with this pressure, when you look at where we're coming from the long wick here around 802 all the way down to really look so dramatic here, right? And ever since the price have been going all the way down to this point here. See, there's some back and forth here that's been happening. However, you can see even at this point where you would have thought that there will be recovery, it goes to this FVG and then started going down. So we're expecting price to come all the way down to hit here, take this particular liquidity. But after taking this liquidity, what will happen next? we don't know. But what we are sure is that price will take that liquidity there. So this is where our opportunity lies. Here. This here is where our opportunity lies. Let me see if I can take a pen or something. Yes. This is where our opportunity lies. Here. Right? This point here. This is where opportunity lies. And because we are sure that price is going down to hit this, to look for a sell opportunity either on the daily or on the 4 hours, whichever one that is convenient for you. So we look out for that. Oh, sorry. So we look out for that. Now let's go into it. Oops. Let's go into it. Now we see majorly price have been rallying to the downside for a while. So you can see price is here, right? Price is here, right? Price is here, right? And price is here. You see that price came here and price came here. You see. Okay, so price is to take out here. However, when you look at it too, price attempted to move forward here, but it seems to have failed, right? It failed because there's another inner what do you call it, up here that created another. Can you see that? Created another low here. Now this is still we're expecting another one to happen. This market is still very, how do I put it now? You see, you can't really tell much about what's going to happen in this market. But let's go down to 15 minutes. Yeah. Let's take a 15-minute break if possible. So this is where we are on the price. We start from here. Price go to this point here and all the way to here. Right? We started another flow to the downside. Can you see? As a matter of fact, on this trade, from where I saw it, I know there is a sell opportunity that is available for us. Right? So you can see price came all the way down to this point here, and then started changing again to rally into the upside. Right? You can see price came here, price came all the way here, and price came all the way here. Good. So we now have, this is where we are. Now you can see that price really tried to do some certain things here. However, what is more significant to us here is this. There's an AVGO. There are quite a lot of activity that is going on here, which is quite good. So if you look at this, take a long from here and take a 1.5, right? So this is the trade for today. This is the trade for today. XMR already have bookmarked it, so I'll be looking for it. Okay, if it's not bookmarked, let me bookmark it now. Bookmark it. Okay, I think it is. So it's there already. So good. So we'll look at it maybe later, tomorrow or so. Then I'll paste the what do you call. But generally, you can see the fair value gap is there. Let me expand this properly so you can see what is there. Based on our principle, of price taking liquidity and offering fair value, you see that the fair value is already here. Liquidity was here before, price came, took it, and then leaving the fair value. So we expect price to come into the fair value. And when you have one day, I'm going to treat this. When you have normally price will hit this level and continue to the upside, but the moment there is this, it creates what they call a unification block, right? So price must come all the way down. This is where this FVG starts from. Look at the size of the FVG, but there is something in between. So price must come back and respect this before it will continue to move into the upside. So that is why, and the moment I saw this, price came into this and then begin to pull to the upside. Automatically, I know that yes, this market is going to work. So you can have either take this. If you want to be conservative, you can also use this one here. You can use that button there, so you can just take it from. So you're being conservative, right? So that is that. I hope you enjoy this. So we'll wait until when I'm able to see. Let me go and create this. create an alert on this so that any day this happens, we'll get to see that, and then I'm sure it should take not more than a day for this to be accomplished. So thank you very much for watching. If you have questions, feel free to comment, like, share, and follow the channel. You'll be seeing this kind of videos from time to time. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.